Yo, it's Mani Draper right here in West Oakland at Mama Dog Studios, and I have the pleasure of sitting down with Oakland's very own, my brother Jwalt. What's up, man?
Oh my God, man, how you feeling, man?
Man, blessed. The gang has been pulling up on me, been just showing up. So when I tell you and your crew, thank y'all for making this happen. This means a lot, bro. And you just dropped a new single like that with Rex Life Raj, and the very first thing that stood out was, oh, bro been in the gym, like making songs. This is a song.
Yeah.
Like and now we're in a space where everybody can't just do this. This is different. What are the last few years been for you in the artist development phase? Like, what have you been focusing on? What have you trying to get better at? Who have you been seeking out for mentorship? Like, what's been inspiring you?
Yeah, I feel like, especially after graduating from OSA, so I got a scholarship to go to school at the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music at NYU.
That's so tight.
Yeah, thank you. So I went there. And the main thing, so when I was young, I always knew I wanted to somehow go be in New York for a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the mecca of hip hop. I went out there one time with, I was also part of a group called Young Gifted and Black, and also African American Male Achievement. So we all went out there. That was my first time being in New York, and after being out there, I was like, dang, I don't know how, but I got bit by that bug. I was like, man, I gotta be out here at some point, you know? So yeah, I was basically just blessed off of just music and talent. Also, I had the good grades as well.
Right.
But basically because of music, I was able to go to NYU to do what I love and study even and dive deeper into what I love and everything. You know what I'm saying? So so I was able to do that. And my main thing was I just want to work on just making good songs and making quality records and making dope records.
Right.
So that was my biggest thing when going to NYU first. So then after that, I was able to meet collaborators from all places of life and walks and different backgrounds, live in different worlds, you know what I'm saying, in different places. So it was, I was able to connect with different folks. And from there, I was able just to start making music, dope music with with different people or different walks of life, collabing with instrumentalists and different producers, different singers and everything, and just meeting different folks to help me sharpen my tool of creating just a good song. Cause I knew I could rap, I knew I could write, but it was let me just learn how to just make quality and just dope records and dope songs and everything. So that was my biggest thing after going to NYU and being at NYU and being with my peers. I was let me use all the resources that I can while I'm here, and just build. I made this record called The Taking, produced by another peer who goes to NYU named Carl Kilb, and I put it out independently, and from there it started building traction to where I was okay, let's do a video. So I just grabbed different people who also at NYU, there's people studying fashion. All right, boom, that's my stylist right there. I got some different videographer people, boom. Someone who's trying to learn how to do a director, boom, you know what I'm saying? All these different, I just used my whole resources there, and we did the whole, the video on our own and everything. And from there, you know what I'm saying, ESPN ended up picking up the record, and then from there, it was on Bars Apple Music playlist, and you know what I'm saying, just from there, as the more stuff started going on, that was just for me just being doing it all independently, you know what I'm saying, with me and my team and just the circle that I found, you know what I'm saying, just through being at NYU and stuff. So that was something that that was a blessing. From there, I kind of just ran with it, I just kept on just trying to build and develop and grow as an artist in my craft and everything. So yeah, I always had that goal of I want to come when I'm in New York, I know I can rap, but I'm trying to learn how to start making just better quality songs.
Wow.
And from there, I feel I've been able to do that ever since, just making dope records, it takes just writing every day and just working on that, it's if you're an athlete, if you're a hooper, you want to stay in that gym, you know what I'm saying? If you, whatever sport you do, you're gonna work out, you're gonna stay in the gym, and it's just with this art, I gotta stay in the gym and continue on working on my.
It's clear. It's so evident. Just your ear, beat selection. It's so we don't talk enough about that when they start doing top 5s and top 50s. It's it can be top 50, but what beats did you pick? So it's
Right.
like from your ear,
Yeah.
delivery. You mentioned song structure. That just makes me, man, you're killing it.
Bro, thank you.
Let's go back. What are some of your first creative memories, if you can put those together? Like when as a, just as an MC, you don't. I like to, especially you and Nas. It's like the cats that start so young. It's like, all right, man. Like, how long you been doing this for real? Because you're so good already. How long you been doing it?
Yeah, I mean, I started out doing poetry.
Wow.
I started doing that when I was like in 2nd grade.
Wow.
I was doing that in like the Martin Luther King Oratorical Fest in Oakland Unified School District, and I was doing that. And I started doing that because my cousin, he was a poet and activist and everything. He passed away, and I wanted to continue on like what he was doing.
Right.
And from there, like just me trying to continue on his legacy turned into like something I love to do. And then from there, like I started rapping and doing that when I was like in 6th grade, when I was like 11. And I fell in love with it ever since. I ended up going to Oakland School for the Arts, and just really just dove in within my craft and just honed in and been doing it ever since. But even before then, like even when I was in elementary school, I was playing like the clarinet. You know what I'm saying? I loved music. I always like try to learn how to like make beats and everything. Like try to teach myself how to play piano, like guitar. I just love music. It was always around, you know what I'm saying? Like my dad is from LA. My mom's just born and raised in the towns too.
Oh, you got
so like,
you got the whole,
you know what I'm saying? The buff of the coast, you know,
Right.
of the west coast, you know what I'm saying? So I just got a lot of just different music. Of course, it was hip hop and everything, but also a lot of neo soul,
Right.
a lot of R&B, a lot of jazz, even some rock. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of different stuff that like kind of helped meld me into like who I am. So it was always just like music was always within my house, and art as well. I always got inspired just by art and seeing art. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like it was kind of destined, but it's weird because like no one else in my family like was artists and stuff for my immediate family, but like everyone was lovers of music and lovers of just art in general. So like it was kind of like I just gravitated to it and like been doing it ever since.
I was debating on whether I was gonna do this because I hate projecting in conversations, but Pops walked in super fly. You got even the whole interaction with everything around you is a real unique experience. And so you go 2nd grade, and I feel like some people would be dismissive to that, but I too started young, but it was I attribute that to having parents who at the time were 21, 23, and this is the golden era we're talking about. So when Doggy Style dropped, like I remember my mom going to buy that, ready to die. Like I remember those moments. You say, and same thing, they didn't identify as artists then, but they were lovers of music. How much has their love for music influenced you as a creative?
Like huge, you know? Like I still even remember like, you know, because like my mom really grew up in the town and everything, she was involved with like when like the whole like hieroglyphics and stuff was going on. I went to school with these cats and everything. Went to school with like, it was always just around since she even interned at like KMEL and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like back in the day, you know, so like she was like involved with like with the music, always lovers of music as well, like going to side shows as well, you know what I'm saying? My uncle used to swing cars and all, you know what I'm saying? So it was like it just emerged within like that Bay culture and everything. My dad always just been a lover of music too. I remember like, you know, he played Biggie and stuff, played Jay, you know what I'm saying, Nas, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you got the cheat code, and that's what it was.
Yeah, it's like I got a little bit of both of like hearing that like the classic like the Tupacs, the Bigs, the Lauryn Hills and everything, while also hearing like the Mac Dre's, the Too Shorts, the E40s, the hieroglyphics, Souls and Mischiefs, like, you know what I'm saying, and all that as well. I just got a little mixture of both. Also still like, you know, also just listening to the Erykah Badu's, you know what I'm saying, and going down Jill Scott and just all that different types of music as well. You know, Marvin Gaye, you know, all that. You know, it was just like I was able to hear so much of the different types of music and variety, and kind of like how it get to like pave my own way for like what I like to listen to. Cause I started listening out to that, but then I was able to like, you know, then dive in and into like what I wanted to listen to as well and go deeper into that, you know, so.
That's dope. So you end up at OSA. Were you playing instruments prior to OSA, or did that start before? No,
so I wasn't even really playing. So like I was playing clarinet all the way from like 2nd grade as well when I started doing poetry, all the way up until like 5th grade. When I went to OSA, I went there for creative writing. So it wasn't even like necessarily music. It was just like creative writing. You know, I was like, my first love was poetry. I always like telling stories. I like telling my story. I like being able to do that. And for me, I was able to do that through poetry and hip hop. So I went to OSA for creative writing specifically in the literary arts department. But obviously, like, people knew I was a hip hop artist, so I did a lot of stuff with the vocal department, you know what I'm saying, and with like the audio production department as well, because I was like a skilled MC. So anytime like the vocal department had like a show or did something at Fox Theater and they needed MC, they knew I was there, and they would like bring me into like rehearsals and bring me into like that environment as well. So I was able to get kind of like the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying, and like have like some of that training as well, even though I was like mainly focused on the literary arts. And like just being in the literary arts department helped me, you know, like grow as a writer and as an MC as well, being able to like go and dive into different writing forms, whether it's like creative nonfiction to even tapping into journalism, and of course spoken word and poetry and everything just made me like grow as a overall artist and an overall writer, and stepping into different shoes that like at first I was so limited by, because at first like I was like, no, I'm a hip hop artist and I'm a poet. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, I don't want to take none of these other classes. But after like stepping into these shoes and trying to see, I was like, okay, maybe this could help me be a better like artist, you know what I'm saying? Be a better hip hop artist, be a better storyteller, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause all this is storytelling, when we're trying to tell our story and just let that all out. So being in these classes like only helped me do that, you know what I'm saying? So once I like changed my lens about it, like, you know what, I don't have to be a journalist, I don't have to be a creative nonfiction writer, you know what I'm saying? But like I could take these classes and see how that benefits me as an artist and performer as well. So yeah, it definitely, OSA was a good foundation for me, you know what I'm saying?